Hi friends, I'm Lizzie from the InnovEd squad. Today, we're going to step into the role of entomologists, a scientist who studies insects. Entomologists look really closely at insects, how they move, how they work together, and how they adapt to their environment. They use tools to examine even the tiniest details, like how some ants have really strong jaws to help them carry food, while others have longer bodies to help them move through their tunnels. And while ants might seem small and simple, entomologists know that there's a whole lot of variety. Some ants are tiny, some are longer, and some are wider. But each ant has a unique role in its colony, whether it's finding food, defending the nest, or caring for young ants. So today, as entomologists, we're going to be visiting a place called Centimeterland. In Centimeterland, there are ants of all different shapes and sizes. There's tall ones, short ones, big ones, and tiny ones. And just like real entomologists, we're going to study these ants by measuring them. Do you know what to measure means? Well, when you measure, you're finding out the size of something. So how long it is, how tall it is, or how wide it is. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to observe closely and collect information just like real scientists do. But in order to get started, we're going to need some things. So your teacher is going to pause the video to pass out to each of you this document, a pair of scissors, and you're also going to need a pencil. And I'll be right back when you guys are ready to go. See you shortly. All right, do you have everything? You should have a pair of scissors, a pencil, and your Ants in Centimeterland document. Now, like I said, we're going to be measuring these ants on this page here. So to do so, we're gonna need a ruler. And you can see that there's a ruler at the bottom of the page. But in order to use it, we've gotta cut it out. So let's go ahead and do that now. You take your scissors and cut along with me. Off right there. All right. Cut along the sides. How's it going for you guys? Follow along the dotted lines. There we go. Okay. I'll move my scraps off to the side, and now we have our ruler. Now, most rulers look like this. They have two sides. On one side, there's bigger spaces between the numbers, and on the other side, there's smaller spaces between the numbers. The side with the smaller spaces between the numbers is called centimeters. And the side with the bigger spaces between numbers is called inches. Scientists and mathematicians use centimeters, so that's what we'll be using today. And you can see that on our ruler here, where it says cm. cm is short for centimeters, so this ruler measures in centimeters. And now that we have our ruler, we're ready to get started measuring in Centimeterland. So let's take a look at the example together. We can see that we have an ant, and we have this line underneath it. This line is called a scale bar. A scale bar is a special tool that we can use to know how long something is. So we can see where the ant starts and where the ant ends. The scale bars just make measuring a little bit easier. So let's take a look at the ruler underneath the scale bar. We can see that it starts at 0 because when you measure, you always start at the number 0. And let's see how long this ant is. We have 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, and that's where the scale bar ends. So this ant is 2 centimeters long. And we can see that right here. Okay, so now that we know how to use the scale bar, it's time for us to measure the first ant. Let's do this together. So go ahead and grab your ruler and put it underneath the scale bar so that the 0 lines up with the line, just like that, okay? Now let's see, where does the ant end? Well, we have 1 centimeter and 2 centimeters. This ant is 2 centimeters too. All right, we're gonna write that right underneath the ant on this line here. So we're gonna write the number 2, and there's already the letters CM. Okay, so this ant is 2 centimeters long. So now that we've done the first one together, you're ready to do the rest on your own. So line that 0 up carefully and record your measurements like real scientists. And when you're all done, I want you to take your ruler with you because you never know when you're going to need to measure something. And being an entomologist isn't just about studying insects. It's about making observations and asking questions. So remember, entomologists, to always stay curious and keep exploring the world around you.